I have a very easy vegan recipe for you today. I say very easy because this is quite adaptable to your favorite things. So I'm going to be roasting some sweet potato whole, and we're going to be using them as sort of a vehicle for carrying this beautiful vegan mince that we're going to create. So we're going to roast them whole so that they're almost collapsing. So I'm going to pop them straight into our oven dish, and they'll probably take up to half an hour. So I'm going to pop a little bit of olive oil over all of these. We'll just make sure that the entire outside is sort of coated in that. So you might have to get your hands in there. So when I say nearly collapsing, you can put a fork into them, and if there's no yield, if it comes back out easy, then they're going to be ready. So then we can split them open, release some of that steam, and fill our little sweet potato subs with this beautiful vegan mince that we're about to create. So we're gonna pop that straight into the oven for about 20 minutes to half an hour. We'll check it after 20 minutes, but it may need the full 30. So while our sweet potato is in the oven, we've got some other fairly standard or typical flavor-based starters. So we've got some celery, some onion, some carrot, and I'm also gonna put some mushrooms in. So I'm just gonna dice all of that up so that it's all ready for us to start frying off. That's all of our vegetables diced into a very similar size and shape, so we can start cooking. Gonna pop a little bit of olive oil into our pan. So we'll pop our onions straight in there. Want to give that as much time to caramelize as possible because we know how flavorful it is. So we're gonna add each of these veggies, and then we'll start to add our flavors. But we definitely want to sort of give these enough time to release all of their flavors so that they're starting to collapse, and then we can start to create our gravy or our sauce that's gonna make this look very mince-like indeed. So the next ingredient is some cauliflower. So you could choose to either grate this if you have access to a box grater on the larger setting, or you can put it through a food processor. So we have some paprika, we've got some garlic powder, some onion powder, some tomato paste, some thyme, some stevia for sweetness. So I'll just give that a bit of a stir through to start with. So our tamari is going in, and our cup of stock. So I'm gonna put about a tablespoon of stock powder into there. So depending on how it tastes at the end, you may or may not need to add a little bit of seasoning, or you can adjust the seasoning to your liking. So it's all straight in there. A little bit of white pepper, and I'll save the salt till the end because that way we can decide if it actually needs it. So I'm gonna give this all a bit of a stir. So we just want to start to reduce that sauce so that it's becoming a bit of a gravy. I'm gonna add our lentils now, and then I'm gonna reduce this to a really low simmer, so just essentially keeping it warm, ready to pop into our subs. I've poked a little knife in there. I can see that our sweet potatoes are starting to collapse, so we can start to plate up our subs. So I can see that this one, its natural sugars have sort of caramelized and they're starting to ooze out on the sides. So I'm gonna choose that guy. Now I'm just going to use my knife here to split it. You can see how easily that knife is going in. And we can just start to sort of, how beautiful is that? Very exciting. I know you might think I'm easily excited, but food does that. All right, so we'll start to scoop in our veggie mince, or our vegan mince rather. So you can build this as high as you like, depending on how hungry the person is that you are serving. A little bit over the sides is perfectly fine. All looks a little bit monotone at the moment, so we'll pop on some finely diced parsley, give it a bit of brightness. And there is our gorgeous vegan mince filled subs. So I hope you'll give this a try. Vegan made easy.